swarming in Atlanta, vultures out in B-More, they Kira, Carolina, they wildin' in Chicago, howling down in Big D, Mile High in Denver, that Tallahassee pride is deep, they lunching in Vancouver, that's where I was shooting, the renegades on the loose, the hyenas looting, gold out in QC, who higher than them sparrows, the Furies swooping in divine order for the pharaohs, Indy on the rise, the sharks about to mash, gladiators, knights and Aztecs about to clash. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. First and 10, I'm so aggressive. The end zone, the game plan, no pressure. They gotta pay me how they measure me. You know these haters on my back like the referee. You know I'm in it to win it. Gang, I'm about my business, I gotta get it. So I'm all about my ends. And these non-stop wins. They can't touch us, can't touch us. We turning up on these suckers. You know the D brought the ruckus. Cause we tighter than the huddles. Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party. Third down is going down. Round the pound, oh, we gotta air them out. That's why I gotta hit the route. Hit the flat, if I catch it, then I'm out. 40 inches, what it takes. YOLO, just no pump fake. So tighten up and hit the power high. The outer blow to draw them off sides.
Ryan Michaels gets a block midfield. Ryan Michaels, he could be gone. Trying to make up from behind, he will not. Touchdown, Houston.
Welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see the all-pro party. And welcome to my all-pro party. Baby girl, this an all-pro party. The SFL is an all-pro party. They came out to see an all-pro party.
Jay Yola shakes it. Oh my goodness, and Yola gets away. Jay Yola on the first play for Tallahassee is going to score again. Left side, Odom gets away. Odom breaks another tackle. That's Odom, you've got to be kidding me. Big chase, 10-1 touchdown. Oh my word.
And with that, we welcome you into Atlanta, Georgia. It's the Hive. It's the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. It's Rivalry Night in the league as the Tallahassee Pride travel to take on the Swarm. Couple of 1-0 teams doing battle in Atlanta. Chris Curtis and Season 10 SFL champion Ramos Lynn. Oh, I'm sorry, Season 9. I apologize. Season 9 SFL champion Ramos Lynn along with us. And Ramos, good game. Two good teams. This should be fun.
Yeah, you know, me as a Mexico City Aztec owner, I had to face these teams twice last season each, and the defenses on both of these teams are incredible. They have always tremendous pass rush, always incredible running backs. Obviously, you have Christian Christensen leading the way for Tallahassee. You have a rookie quarterback in Atlanta who is really showing some promise. So this is going to be a tough battle. This is going to be a grinder. I think both teams will kind of feel each other out in the first quarter and go from there in the second quarter.
If I'm not mistaken, if my notes are correct, Marcus Dunhill picked number 10 of the first round of the Atlanta Swarm. So he gets his feet wet in his home stadium again. A couple of 1-0 teams. Atlanta 34-21 over Chicago in week number 1. And Tallahassee beat Indianapolis. I believe that one was 21-14. We're ready for football. The Swarm are going to get the football first as the Pride will kick it away. So we'll see Marcus Dunhill to start things out. We are underway. Ball's going to be caught at the 10. caught there, get to the 20, 25, 30, making a move and a half, and getting out to the 32-yard line. And that is a good start there. L.B. Allen III is going to be the return man there.
Yeah, you know, and we see this this Atlanta offense first, and you know, just keep a look on this wide receivers. I guess against this secondary is going to be a great battle.
Under center is Dunhill. BDG Hollywood is the back. See what they have on first down for us. Handoff left side for Hollywood. He's going to get chased down, and that's a very, very good tackle in the backfield. That is Hunter Norwood, the big defensive tackle, who came up and got him.
And this is something that Tallahassee does very well on their front seven, and especially their front four. They're very good sideline to sideline, stopping the run. You know, they are, last season they were kind of thin on the second level. They did not have any big contract linebackers, but this defensive line is very fast and very mobile.
2nd and 10 after no gain. Dunhill to throw on second down. Throws right side, has a catch. That is for L.B. Allen III again. He has his first catch of the ball game, albeit for only a couple of yards.
Yeah, L.B. Allen, a wide receiver that late last season, he showed some promise that this season he could be the 1-2 punch with Butch Chisholm in this Atlanta offense. And, you know, so far you have to get him involved in short passes.
That's absolutely true, and it's actually going to be Dunhill. He's going to escape, throw over the middle. He's got a catch, and that is Boot Chisholm, his security blanket out there. That's a great-looking catch for him. First down Atlanta past midfield.
And this is all Marcus Dunhill, and that's why he was drafted in the first round in the first 10 picks. You know, he's a big, strong guy. He's kind of like a Ben Roethlisberger guy, you know, like 6'5" and 240 pounds, and he doesn't go down easily.
One of the top two at the bottom for Dunhill. From the 47-yard line, long drop back, wings it right side. That's deep and caught to the 15, 10, 5. That is an Atlanta touchdown?
No,
Maybe.
He just shy.
No, he did not quite get in. It is 1st and goal, and that is a big, big catch from Siege Falco.
Yeah, Siege Falco, also a rookie here for the Atlanta Swarm, and he just burns the corner. That's a perfect pass. A lot of sip on that ball. That's a strong catch by the wide receiver, and we might see the red flag here. I don't know, Curtis.
Yeah, it could be an interesting spot of the ball. Tanner Hendricks was the one who made the stop just shy of the goal line, but now it is 1st and goal, which I do believe would be BDG Hollywood territory. In the red zone for the first time this evening are the Swarm. Handoff. Hollywood got in. No problem. Atlanta score. Touchdown for the Swarm.
And what a statement drive here for the Atlanta Swarm. Just, you know, they got stopped on a left run, and, you know, Marcus Dunhill almost got sacked. But this offensive line, so far, this first drive here for Atlanta, incredible. Giving Marcus Dunhill the time to give the receivers chance to go make their routes, throw the ball, and now easily BDG Hollywood walks in for the score.
Perfect drive for the Swarm, exactly what they wanted in front of their home crowd. That is up, and it is through for the extra point. Swarm 7, Pride nothing. Pride have yet to touch the football, but we all know what kind of power that they possess. Christian Christensen, however, was more or less calmed down last week. Only a touchdown and an interception apiece, only threw for 160. But again, it was against that Indianapolis secondary, so that that secondary is very, very good. Look for him to possibly go off this week, Ramos?
Yeah, you know, and he has experience now against this Atlanta Swarm defense. He has experience against the coaching staff of the Atlanta Swarm with 2 games last season. So now, obviously, we will see probably a Christian Christensen who's going to be a little bit more comfortable throwing the ball against this Atlanta defense as opposed to the Indianapolis defense last week.
And showing you, we'll talk about the Swarm offense when they get back on the field, but talking about the Pride offense, Christensen's behind center. Jay Agnolo is going to be the main running back. Ken Gossett and Duke Wilson, 2 Tallahassee veterans in the wide receiving core. And that's it for the offensive stars. A lot of their offense, or all of their stars happen to be on defense. And Agnolo's going to break a tackle and get 7 or 8 before he's taken down. That's a really, really nice play. It'll be an 8-yard gain out to the 38.
Yeah, and this is what Jay Agnolo can give you, right? So it's instead of being like a 2-yard loss, he makes it an 8-yard gain, and he has the quickness despite his size, because he's kind of a a big running back, but he has the quickness to go outside and pick up some yards.
That's a big, big play on first down. It sets up a short field on second. They're south of the 40-yard line that they hand off to. And Yola, another broken tackle. He goes in like a bus. He's going to get past the first down marker, and it is a new set for the Pride.
You know, he looks like a bowling ball out there. You know, he's kind of a short guy, 5'8", but he's very stout. He's 232 pounds. You know, kind of like the C.J. Anderson or Maurice Jones-Drew kind of build, and he just puts his shoulders down and runs over people.
And that's going to be a throw. No, it's actually does get the ball off in time. It looks like he did. Christensen did get it off, but nothing doing. That defensive line got there.
You know, and this is what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. The front four, they do not need to blitz with 2-3 linebackers to generate some pressure. With the front four, is more than enough for these two teams. So it's going to be very important to see how this tackles can contain the edges and give their quarterback some time.
That is going to be a play-action play to the right. That's caught. He's going to get just north of the 50-yard line, just past midfield. That is a good-looking catch. Not quite getting the first down. And it will be a 3rd and 1 coming up.
But it's good, and this is the kind of like the veteran presence that now Christensen has. You don't have to go for the first down 30 yards deep. You can jump it short, make it a 30 manageable. Let's see if Jay and Yola can convert.
Oh, and Jay and Yola could not make it work. So they, I did get a correction by Tallahassee side. Jaye is who is the correct pronunciation for that first name.
Jaye.
Apologies. Yep, apologies to Yola and company. Defense going to try to make a statement here as the Atlanta crowd gets loud. Just past midfield, going to try to stop him from getting to the 47. Handoff, and Yola left side has some room. Did he get there? He did. That is a big first down for the Pride.
And this is a big cojones type of play here by Tallahassee because you are in opposing territory, right? You're in Atlanta. You're at midfield. It's not like you're at the 30-yard line of Atlanta. You're at your own side of the field, and you go for it. This is big pants here for Tallahassee.
First down for Christensen. Throw off the flat for Yola. He's going to bust over one and get tackled by 3 or 4 players swarming to the ball, and it is indeed a 2nd and 7 coming.
And this is what I was saying, again at the beginning of the broadcast, it's going to be a grinder. Jay and Yola punishing them, Aquana Shine punishing him, the offensive line and defensive line going at it. So, this is why these two teams are so good. Tallahassee last season undefeated in the regular season. Atlanta, they were just in a tough division.
Oh, and that's a big play. Aquanta Shine comes up and makes a hit, stops him before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And it will be a 3rd down and long coming up for the Pride. And they have a chance, Atlanta does, to get the ball back here.
Yeah, Aquana Shine, the veteran, he played with Queen City, got a ring with Queen City now with Atlanta for this past few seasons. And, he's really the leader on this defense.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Shotgun play for Christensen, looking to throw. 3rd down, thrown on a route to the right, and he's going to be short of the first down. The generic wide receiver, Swain, had a chance to bring it in and keep it to the first down marker. He's had the only receptions for the Pride so far.
Yeah, and low-key, Swain last season as a non-contracted receiver was very good for the Tallahassee Pride. Obviously helps you when you can learn from Ken Gossett and those guys.
Yeah, no kidding. He's underneath a very good pair of wide receivers. Duke Wilson, Ken Gossett, of course. In the back is Yola. Offset back formation. Christensen taking his time. And that is going to be a timeout called. Tallahassee, I believe, was trying to get Atlanta to come offside, and it did not happen.
Yep. Yeah, and you're in a tough situation here right now, Curtis, because this is a long field goal. It's going to be like a 55-yarder, but at the same time, you are too close to punt the ball. But at the same time, 4th and 2 is not that easy. So this is going to be quite the decision. I think it's a good option for you to call a timeout and think about it.
Yeah, this is indeed a 55-yarder. They're going to decide that punting is the best option, as the punter is going to be just south of that 50-yard line back in Tallahassee territory. Going to try to pin the Swarm deep before they give the ball back to the nothing doing on the Pride's first drive. Atlanta's going to have a lead going into their second possession. This ball's going to bounce at, nearly touched it. Not quite there. It will roll into the end zone for a touchback. Don't look now. Marcus Dunhill back out on the field with a 7-0 lead to work with as the Swarm come back out. If you guys are just joining us, two Southern Conference teams doing battle. 4:25 left in the first quarter. Chris Curtis, Ramos, Lynn in the broadcast booth for you this evening as Rivalry Night, presented by APM Music, gets going on Twitch. This will be Dunhill on first down. Penalty coming, and that is going to be a hit and a takedown. They're going to call it a sack. We'll see what the flag has for us.
I think it's against the Pride.
Holding, number 68, offense.
It is against the Swarm. So that is an offensive holding call. So that does not help things very much for the Swarm as they're back on the field moving backwards.
And what's impressive is that not even with holding, they could stop this Tallahassee Pride front four from getting to the quarterback and making the sack. And this is why we're speaking, is Tallahassee's front four always very strong, and it's going to be very important for Atlanta to give Marcus Dunhill at least a couple seconds to get rid of the football.
Offset I formation. That'll be a long one over the middle. That's going to be caught towards the 44-yard line. It's Boo Chisholm with his second catch of the ball game, and that is a big conversion over the middle.
Wow, I was really impressed on that play because that was timing at its finest. He does the 5-step drop and then delivers a perfect spiral. This is timing, this is a lot of practice, and it's impressive because we are speaking about a rookie quarterback and a veteran receiver connecting perfectly.
That is pocket presence right there. Able to read the field in front of him with pressure down his neck. That's really good work. Hollywood is in the backfield. 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. It's going to be a quick drop back for Dunhill. Moves in the pocket, moves out of the pocket and gets hit. He does release the football, and that is going to be a big hit and a 2nd and 10 for the Swarm.
Yeah, and that's Bain. In his second year here with Tallahassee last season, a lot of sacks. Everybody in Tallahassee's front four got a lot of sacks. But now Kevin Bain in his second year has learned a lot. He's against the right tackle, which normally is the weak link of an offensive line. So, let's watch out for Kevin Bain for the rest of the game.
Kevin Bain, double-digit sacks last season, as did most of the Pride defensive line. This will be a throw for Dunhill. Short, get it out to Hollywood. He will get a few back. Should be a 7-yard gain as he gets out to the 41, maybe 42-yard line, and they'll be looking at 2nd and 2 or 3.
Yeah, and the quickness and the breakaway speed by BDG Hollywood, he gets from 0 to 100 in just a blink, and it's really, really impressive.
And that's actually 3rd and 2 or 3 at the moment. 3rd and 3 is what they're going to call it. Dunhill, under center, looks to throw, moves up in the pocket, over the middle, and it's going to be dropped. That is unfortunate for the Swarm, but it's going to force a 3rd down. That's a big, big play. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was Michael Sprouse in the area for the coverage.
Yeah, that was Michael Sprouse, and for Atlanta, that was the tight end Orlando Odinson, which is the backup. No, my bad, sorry. He is the starting tight end. But, that's a tough break because, you had a small window, and you have to come out with those catches.
Guys in the truck working on that penalty graphic. We're getting an update for you as soon as we can. Either way, hey, look at that. It's gone, just as I mentioned that. That's going to be a punt, and it goes back to the 22-yard line. Pride of the football back. Christensen back out on the field trying to get a touchdown back. So here we go. Second possession for Christensen and company as the Pride look to get a touchdown back. That's Enyola in the backfield. He's had a couple of decent rushes so far. Christensen's really got to get going, though. I know he's had a rough go of it as we sit here. He is 3 of 4, but not for much. Enyola's going to have the first carry, and he will get 3. Should be 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 8, sorry, as he gets 2 yards.
And that's a great play by Juan to shine on that one. He just waited patiently for Enyola. He did not commit. to a hole. He was not, you know, running crazy. He just stood up there, waited for it, and made the wrap-up tackle.
So none of the star receivers have a reception as of yet. We'll see if that changes here on 2nd and 8. Christensen under center, takes a 3-step drop, looking to throw. Throws left side. That is going to be a catch, and that is Ken Gossett with the grab, his first grab of week number 2, and he has a first down for his team.
And that's a beautiful route right there. You know, Christensen with plenty of time, throws the ball, and on the outside, wide open. I think Pat Ketza, I think he was expecting kind of like an inside route, probably like a post route, because that's what he does, Ken Gossett. But he hit him with the outside route and worked perfectly, first down.
80% completion percentage for Christensen at this point. 31 yards through the air. That's going to be a handoff, and Yola has some room, and he gets lit up like a Christmas tree just north of the 42-yard line, and that is going to be a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, what a hit right there. That is Aaron Lee, the strong safety. He's a big dude. He's 6'2", 220, and, you know, kind of like, you know, he's like the box strong safety. He can play center field. He's, you know, deceptively fast, but he's more kind of like a stop run, stop tight ends kind of safety.
And Yola's in the backfield. Christensen to throw. Throw deep left side. Caught! That's Ken Gossett. And guess who? He is gone to the house, and the Pride have tied up the game.
Yeah, Ken Gossett, you know, it's just about time for him to get in the paint, and, you know, he just, I mean, it's kind of unfair sometimes with Ken Gossett, you know, just throw the ball up, and look at that. He just stole it from him.
He did. He did. That was 23 for the Patrick Ketza, who had the coverage on him, and he just basically took the ball right out of Ketza's hands and just did not let him take it back with him. That's a Gossett touchdown, and the Pride are within 1 point, gonna even it here.
Yeah, and, you know, kind of, if you're an Atlanta fan, just kind of like shrug your shoulders and say, what can we do? Because it's like
right.
Patrick Ketza was right there, the defense was right there. He's a great corner, but, you know, he's kind of those guys, you know, kind of like Randy Moss. He even wears the same number, where it's like you just throw out there and there's pretty much nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's probably going to be caught, and you're just probably have to try to get in front of him and stop him from getting to the end zone. That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Swarm going to get the football back after the Pride will go ahead and tie things up. Ball's at the 30, and here we go. It's on the tee and away. Ball get down to the 10-yard line. LB Allen will bring it up to the 20, 25 to the 26-yard line. And he will get taken down there. Third possession for Marcus Dunhill starts up as we are getting into the tail end of the first quarter here in Atlanta, Georgia. A little bit of a fast-paced first quarter, as there's been a number of good offensive plays.
Yeah, and I would like to see here Atlanta probably run the ball a little bit more, you know. Tallahassee and man-to-man defense, I think they can get some good yards here.
And Dunhill's going to get taken down. That defensive line's going to get to him. And that was pretty easy, going low on the hit, and Tallahassee brings him back a little bit.
Yeah, the defensive backs here for the Tallahassee Pride, right there, bumped them on at the line of scrimmage, my bad. And, you know, there were like triplets on the right, so they all kind of got bunched up each other, so nobody could get space. And an easy sack for the Tallahassee Pride.
E.J. DeQ, the silver defensive tackle, is able to get to him and make it a 2nd and 16 for the Swarm. Trips on the left for Dunhill. 4 on the defensive line, plenty in the secondary for Tallahassee. Dunhill to throw. Throws short. Has a runner, gets through 1 tackle, but not 2. And that is going to be not much to that one, but it is something at least to beat DG Hollywood.
Yeah, and, you know, I like to play because obviously 2nd and long, Tallahassee is kind of pinning their ears back and just going at it. So that looked kind of like a screen pass because the offensive line went to block. But probably BDG Hollywood needed to be a little bit more patient.
Coming down to the last part of the first quarter. That's a long one over the middle, and that is caught just past midfield. That is Swain again, and that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. The Swarm and Pride tied up at 7. Be back after this message and a word from your SFL sponsor.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
Show Business Studios can take your dream and make it reality. Any show, anytime, any place. Show Business Studios is limited only by your imagination. Find us at showbusinessstudios.com.
Rivalry Night on the SFL on Twitch, brought to you by APM Music and Show Business Studios, as well as Media Tech Institute, as we come to you with Richard's Printworks and ScoreStream, a whole bunch that are helping out the SFL. Spygo, a new addition as well on the bandwagon for the SFL. First play of the second quarter is going to be a sack as the Swarm are moving right to left, and that is another big hit. Tallahassee, two plays out of three have been resulted in huge hits on the Atlanta rookie quarterback.
Yeah, again, that right side of the offensive line, against Kevin Vane, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I think he has to stay in the middle.
That's going to be over the middle, and a short one that's going to get to the just short of midfield, and that is a third and 11 upcoming, as Boot Chisholm was the target.
Yeah, and I like the play. When it's taken an 18, you have to get as many yards as you can get. And, right there on a drag route, Boot Chisholm catches the ball. And, third and 11 is still a long conversion. But, we've seen with post routes and corner routes, Atlanta convert this type of situations.
This is going to be a throw from Dunhill left side. It is picked off, and that is a one-handed interception. And that is, I believe, Michael Sprouse, who got it on deep on the left-hand side against Boot Chisholm.
And he ran the route. Yep, two-handed, but he ran the route for the receiver. Like, he exactly knew. And that's coaching. That is, looking at tape in the week, what does Atlanta do on third and longs, and it's that corner route. So Michael Sprouse, he knew it, and he got the interception. Get
Christensen back out on the field. He's got Agnola behind him. Christensen's third possession is going to be Agnola through the middle. It's going to be a first down and more. He breaks through two big tackles out to the 38-yard line, and that is 46 yards on the day for Jaye Agnola, and with a long of 24, and you saw it right there.
Yeah, and he's so tough to bring down because, again, he's like 5'8", so he gets behind the offensive line, and he's really difficult to stop at the line of scrimmage. And when he gets past the line of scrimmage, he puts his shoulders down. So you don't have a lot of guy to hit, and he comes right at full steam, and it's really, really tough to bring down.
Christensen is 5 for 6 on the day. He may just give the ball to Agnola and watch him work here on this possession. He will throw on this. Over the middle. Caught. Short. Going to try to push it for the first down and nearly got there. Not quite going to happen. It'll be a 2nd and 1 as the tight end Stackhouse grabs it.
And now we see the Tallahassee Pride, involving everybody on the offense, not only the running back Agnola and their star receiver Ken Gossett, but we are looking at Swain. We are looking at this tight ends. We are looking at, the other guys here in Tallahassee that makes this offense so potent.
Atlanta thinks that Agnola's coming. He is. It's through the middle. It didn't matter. He's going to get down inside the 25-yard line to the 23. They had plenty on the line, but the offensive line for the Pride is way, way outperforming the defensive line for the Swarm.
And that's everything on the offensive line, as you're saying. That's a trap play, and the guard pulls to the right guard pulls to the left and makes the key block. And by the time Agnola gets to the line of scrimmage, there's nobody there on defense for Atlanta. So Jaye Agnola even put his shoulders down because he was expecting the hit, but there was no defense there.
First and 10 from the 23. Handoff to Anyola one more time. He's going to push his way forward 2 or 3 more yards. They'll say 3. And it is a 2nd and 7 as they get down to the 20.
Yeah, 10 runs for Jaya and Yola and 59 yards. And I'm surprised right now BDG doesn't have a carry. He's got, they dump it short to him, but, I'm looking for Atlanta to actually hand the ball to him.
Under center. Christensen to throw. Throws to the outside. The flat, that's where Anyola's living at, and he's going to get taken down after a 5-yard gain. And it'll be 4 yards is what they'll say, but a 3rd and 3 upcoming.
Yeah, and this is what Tallahassee does so well. They just use the entire length of the field, and they run the ball inside, they run the ball outside, they throw it to the flats, and they go deep, post routes, corner routes. Like, the playbook is so big, it's just so difficult to keep up.
Christensen to throw. Over the middle, that's dropped. That should have been a grab, and the tight end Stackhouse can't bring it in, the non-contract tight end. And that'll be a 4th down upcoming, and their second trip to the red zone will result in a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, and this is something that happened to Atlanta 2 series ago as well. The tight end was unable to make the catch for a 1st down. Now, Tallahassee, without their tight ends, without a star tight end rather, kind of struggling right there in the middle of the field. But, Tallahassee can, get a field goal here and go out top.
Yep, and this is going to be a 33-yard attempt. Spot is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is through. They'll say 32 officially, and Douglas is going to put Tallahassee in front 10-7 as they turn the interception into 3 points.
Yeah, and that's a good play there by the holder right there. Was able to put the ball on time and a perfect field goal. So, now we see Marcus Dunhill behind for the first time this game. He doesn't have to panic. Again, I think that if you give the ball right now to BDG Hollywood a little bit more and give your defense some rest, I think it's going to be very important for Atlanta.
Dunhill, who had a 1 touchdown, 2 interception game last week, he's going to get the ball at the 28-yard line. Before he does, we're going to take a quick message from the SFL. Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL. Oh, the fumble on the play on Hollywood as we get back into the action. That is going to be, I believe, Tallahassee football. If I'm
Actually,
right.
Atlanta football.
It is Atlanta football. Okay, so we did grab it. Okay.
Yeah, the offensive lineman right there, I think it was number 65, Josh King, which is the center, incredibly aware of the situation because BDG puts it on the ground and he grabs it in 1 bounce. Incredible play by the center.
That's a great reaction. That's going to be Hollywood to the flat. That's not going to go very far. They're going to go no huddle here on 3rd and 6. I got to get it to the 38-yard line for a first, 38.5 usually. Dunhill is under center. Has the football, looking to throw, has to evade a tackle. He's not going to do it, and the defensive line of Tallahassee strikes again, and it's a quick 3-and-out for the Atlanta offense.
And again, Kevin Bain, which is being so far probably the player of the game alongside Yaya and Yola. Again, working that right side. Number 77 has no chance to stop him. Kevin O'Malley has no chance to stop him. And, a great defensive series for Tallahassee. And if you're Atlanta, you have to be disappointed because now your defense has to be back in to make another stop.
Atlanta has to try to find some momentum. At the moment, Tallahassee owns this football game. That ball's going to go end over end on the punt. Give it way back to Tallahassee to the 36-yard line. And out comes Christensen, who has a 3-point lead and the football. And this is a dangerous territory for the Swarm, as in front of their home crowd. They do not want to go down 2 scores.
Definitely, and going back to that fumble, I will go ahead and reinstate it. It's so important that he was able to recover it because you don't want to give the ball to Tallahassee that close to your end zone. So now Atlanta, they can put the defense in and get a stop.
3-yard gain up the middle. Qantas Shine with another tackle. He's got 4 of them. 1 of them was behind the line of scrimmage so far. He's had a decent day. 2nd and 7 as Yola adds 3 more to his total. He's had a decent day as well and had a decent amount of rushes to go with that.
Yeah, you know, Jaya and Yola just punishing this defense. And again, it's going to be up to Aquana Shine, the leader of this defense, to go ahead and make a stand and just stop Yola.
No, he can't stop him there. It's another tackle. Actually, Aquana Shine did on that play. He broke another tackle on the way through, though. It's going to be a 3rd and 3. Go ahead and add a couple more yards to his total. It'll be 64 yards on 12 carries so far for Jaya and Yola, on pace for a little over 100 if he gets 30. Christensen to throw to the outside. That is a catch, and not much more than a couple of yard gain. 4th and 1 as they're short of the first down marker, as Yola can't get there.
And what a tackle by Josh Vasquez here on the outside, one-on-one in the open field. You know, Jaya and Yola is like 40 pounds heavier than him, but it didn't matter. He just stood him up, make the stop, and push him backwards. He was very important because that was a 3rd and short, so you needed to get that stop. And now Marcus Dunhill gets the ball back.
He does indeed. Pride punt. That's a big stop defensively. And that is LB Allen, who tries to bring that back, gets to about the 22-yard line. And that 23 is with a mark him 1st and 10 as Dunhill tries to come out and redeem himself after a couple of really disappointing possessions last couple.
Yeah, you know, but, you know, again, as a veteran team and knowing the coaching staff in Atlanta, you know, they're so good and just, you know, keeping stuff cool and just, you know, don't worry about, you know, what happened 2 drives ago. Just focus, put your head down.
Huge shout out to Andy Hamilton, who is in the booth with us doing the stats machine, pressing the buttons, doing the things, as VDG Hollywood's going to get a carry and get a couple of yards. But the can't do this without him. He's a huge contributor, as is all of the stats team. Very very underrated as far as they go in the community, and they deserve a little bit of love.
Yeah, definitely. To everybody who's doing the stats, you know, it's very much appreciated.
Yep, and it's going to be Dunhill throwing short, has Hollywood out there, has to try to break through 3 Pride members, but he can't do it, ends up moving the wrong direction, and he's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Great recognition there by the Tallahassee Pride defense on knowing exactly where the Atlanta Storm were doing. You know, there were 3 guys for the Tallahassee Pride defense ready to stop BDG Hollywood.
In the gun is Dunhill. Hollywood is to his left, plenty in the secondary for the Pride. Obvious throwing situation over the middle, and that's a catch, and that's a big conversion.
Wow. And that's the plays that you do not expect sometimes rookie quarterbacks to make, but when you're a 1st-round pick, you know, you put the emphasis, the coaching on a quarterback, and this is something that they can do. Javon Walker right there at 6 foot, 185 pounds, making the catch, the slot receiver, and getting the 1st down. Very important play here for the Atlanta Swarm.
Defensive line moving a little bit left. Dunhill's going to hand it off to Hollywood, and he's going to get hit near the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2nd and 9 situation. Dunhill has had a pretty good game so far, minus the interception. He's 9 for 11, has a $126 through the air. So he's had a decent throwing day. It's just one of those incompletions he has was an interception to the other team.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one was a drop, actually, by the tight end. So
right.
Other than that, he has been really, really accurate.
Over the middle. That's right through the hands of Boo Chisholm, and Chisholm wants that one back. That's going to be a 3rd and 9 for Atlanta. They got to get it to the 44-yard line to get a new set of downs on this play.
Yeah, and he heard the footsteps right there. You know, the safety was coming in like a rocket, and he was unable to catch the ball.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom of your screen for Atlanta. Hollywood is in the backfield. It'll be a Dunhill throw to the left. Has an out route. Caught. And did he get it? He did not. That is not going to work. Boo Chisholm on the catch. 4 for 5 on targets. But he is going to be kicking himself here as he could not get to the marker.
You know, that's a very important play that right there by Michael Sprouse. You know, he puts his hands on the receiver and he drags it to the ground. He did not get carried by the offensive player.
2-minute warning, 120 seconds to halftime in Atlanta. It's 10-7 Pride. This is Rivalry Night on the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Punt upcoming for the Swarm after a big time play by Michael Sprouse to stop Boot Chisholm from getting the first down. High snap on the punt, but it is a good one, end over end. Get it to the 19-yard line. Caught there, and then 2 Swarm members immediately going to punish the ball carrier. That is looks like a little bit of an injury as well in the return game. Not sure if that looks like a non-contract player was taken down. Either way, looks to be inconsequential at the moment. Christensen back out on the field with the lead and the ball as they look to do a little more damage before halftime. Under center. Offset eye with 1:52 to go. Quick drop back and throw. Anyola to the outside. Has some room to run. He's going to bowl over one with a stiff arm. He's going to get out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and that is a 2nd and 3 upcoming.
Yeah, and Pat Kett's, having a kind of like a rough first half here. And the player that actually went down, Curtis, was Allen Irvin, which is the backup of Yaya Eniola, the halfback, number 30. So it could be significant because if Yaya Eniola gets winded or something, there's no backup running back.
That's a fair point. This will be the outside. Eniola's got some room to run again, and he's lit up. Huge tackle, but he does get to the 37, 10-yard gain and a first down for the Pride.
And again, Aaron Lee just delivering the boom right there.
Throw for Christensen. He got it away. Nothing doing. Still running a no-huddle play. Clock is not running on the incompletion, so they have some time. They still want to run the no-huddle. Hand off to Eniola. They continue to run the ball. He's broken through 3 Swarm members and gets a couple of yards. 3rd and 7 upcoming. The clock continues to go. Still 2 timeouts on the board for Tallahassee. 4 on the defensive line for the Swarm. Christensen to throw. Over the middle. That's going to be caught. And a first down, and they'll continue to try to push the pace.
Wow, this is a really impressive drive. 20 more yards to get a field goal.
And that is a dropped ball. Looked like a Swarm player did get his hands on it. We have word on Allen Urban, the backup to Jaiye Eniola. He will return with cramps. So that's unfortunate for the running back, but it could have been a lot worse. So that'll be all right. 1st and 10 for the Pride.
Yeah.
Just over a minute to go.
Yeah, and that was Jason Stackhouse again, who was unable to make the catch and could be costly. You're 20 yards approximately away from field goal range with a minute left.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Christensen in the gun. 3-step drop throws over the middle, and that is a grab from Ken Gossett. No, not quite Ken Gossett. That was a non-contract, I do believe. But that's what a play it was.
Man, Aaron Lee just killing people out there.
That's to the left-hand side, and another completion. They're moving the ball. They are inside of long field goal range at the moment. It would be a 41-yarder from this spot. Christensen to throw. Over the middle. Got a man at the 2-yard line. And it's caught. Nothing doing after the catch. But Christensen is having a field day.
Man, what a drive here by Christensen with a lot of poise. And this is a perfect ball. Unfortunate for Duke Wilson. He had to dive to get it. But, this is an incredible drive here for Tallahassee. Just managing everything perfectly. And I think that Jaiye Eniola, with 31 seconds, 1 timeout, you can give him the ball here right up the gut and see what happens. Yeah,
the Tallahassee Pride do have at least 1 more timeout. This will be a throw towards the end zone. It's dropped. That is not going to work. Incompletion. They have more time with 27 left.
Man, Aaron Lee he's everywhere tonight, and if only his hands were as good as his shoulder, how he hits. But, it's here for Atlanta to at very least manage, the damage and limit the damage to only 3 points to stay down for, by 1 score still.
You can't let it get to a 2-possession game. But Tallahassee Pride are knocking on the door at the 3-yard line. Christensen to throw. 3-step drop towards the back of the end zone. It's deflected and incomplete. That's a big one. Here comes another big third down, and they may try the end zone again here. Still a few seconds left on that clock, 23 to be exact. Plenty of time to get rid of it and possibly get the field goal unit out.
Yeah, important play right there for Brown. And, you know, with 23 seconds left, you still have a timeout. Honestly, Curtis, I will run the ball. You know, you just threw the ball 2 times, got intercepted almost 2 times. So I would just run the ball and see what happens.
Christensen will throw. Instead, it's picked off! And that is exactly why you wanted them to run the ball. That is a huge interception. Get it out to the 20, and the Swarm dodge a bullet.
You know, and this is something Atlanta does very well. They do not, you know, when they have the opportunity, they take it. And right there, he threw the ball right to the defender's hands. And this is going to be game-changing, Curtis, you know, because this is potentially, you know...
Non-contract number 25 is who got that interception. That's a big play to get. Couple of seconds left in the second quarter, 19 to be exact. Dunhill will throw. Throws over the middle, and a quick little grab and a tackle is going to be stopped by Kevin Bain, and that probably is going to do it for the first half. Should be the last play, and it will be. That is going to do it for 2 quarters of play. We've got 1 half left to go. It's shaping up to be a good one. In the ATL, it's the Swarm 7, the Pride 10. We'll be back after the halftime, the presentation for halftime. Ramos, Lynn, and Chris Curtis will be back with you. This is the SFL on Twitch presented by APM Music. SFL, of course, brought to you by Show Business Studios, Media Tech Institute, Richards Printworks, ScoreStream, and SpyGoat. As we get back to you from Atlanta, Georgia, Swarm 7, the Pride 10. And we'll be back after this message. And with that, we are back for the third quarter of play from Atlanta, Georgia. Chris Curtis, Ramos, Lynn, with you in week 2 of season number 11, this Southern Conference. On display as the Swarm will kick off to the Pride to start the second half. Ramos, Lynn, this is a Pride team who could really put some distance between them and the Swarm on this drive, and they'll get the chance to start it at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and let's see how they respond to the interception in the end zone that just occurred right before halftime. You know, let's see what Christensen can do to bounce back from it. Obviously, they, you know, an opportunity for them escape, for them to go up by at least 6 points. So let's see what Tallahassee can do in this first drive of the third quarter.
Under center is Christensen, has 2 in the backfield with him. One of those happens to be Jai Anyola. He's going to get the ball on first down, and he'll get 2. And not much further than that. To the 32 he goes. 16 carries for number 28 for the Pride. He's got 80 yards to show for it.
Yeah, and Aquan to shine again in the middle, stuffing the inside runs. And Aaron Lee actually helping right now on the inside. So let's see if this is a tactic by Atlanta. You know, Aaron Lee has been their best tackler as far as a secondary player goes this game. So let's see if they put him in the box a little bit more.
Aquan to shine at the first level. Best tackler for the Swarm so far. This will be Anyola in the flat. Has 2 Swarm members to get through. Gets through 1, but not the second. It'll be a 3rd and 3 upcoming on the short completion.
And it's an important play here for Tallahassee to, you know, make it a manageable 3rd down, because now is when the playbook really opens up. You know, you can still give the ball to Yaya and Anyola, or you can throw the ball short to Ken Gossett or Duke Wilson. You know, there's a lot of chances here for Tallahassee. They have a lot of weapons to get a first down.
Whole playbook is open, and they picked the wrong one. That's a great play to come up and deflect the pass. It creates a 4th down situation, and again, Tallahassee will punt. We're in for a low-scoring defensive battle for what looks like the remainder of this game.
Yeah, and that is Darren Williams right there, who got the interception right before the first half ended, and now comes in and makes it 4th down for the Tallahassee Pride. A very important play right there by the corner. Not a big contract at corner, but he has learned a lot from Pat Ketsa and Josh Vasquez and those guys, and really playing a strong game.
We know that that familiarity and just close distance breeds contempt. That is what Rivalry Night is all about. As these two teams dance in the 3rd quarter of play, that kick was nearly blocked, as this will be end over end to the 25-yard line. LB Allen can go absolutely nowhere as 3 or 4 Pride players get to him immediately. And out comes Marcus Dunhill. He has an interception on the day. He is kicking himself over that one, but he's 13 for 17 for a $149. He's not having a bad day.
No, not at all. I mean, he is really, like, you know, and this is what Atlanta does. I mean, they have been unable to put the ball in the paint, but if you look at the pieces, Falco has had a very good game. Butch Chisholm has had a very good game. Look at 82 right here.
And he does have a good run in front of him to the sideline. It's going to be a late penalty flag that comes out past the 40-yard line. We'll see what it is, but this one may be coming back to an offensive hold.
I think it is.
Oh. That hurts. That does bring back the play. It is going to be against Swain. And, oh, man, or not Swain, sorry. That's Siege Falco for a clipping call on offense. Bring the run back and set him back even further.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there by the rookie Siege Falco. You know, you have a big run by BDG, and unfortunately now it's 1st and 14. However, you know, Falco's a very good receiver, so, you know, the best way you can put him in is, you know, throw the ball to him. Let's see what he can do. That's
over the right side, and that was nearly intercepted. Tried to get Falco involved immediately. And that is Matthew Sprouse, who nearly had his hands on the football there.
Yeah, you know, and it's, you know, try to get him confidence, you know, throw the ball right to him, to Siege Falco, for him to get the ball again in his hands and, you know, kind of redeem himself with a big play. So great defensive play right there by the Tallahassee Pride.
Indianapolis really tested Matthew Sprouse, the newcomer, onto this roster. He had 2 pass deflects in that game, in that win, by 7 points over the Red Devils. As we have to throw to the right side to Hollywood. He's going to break through 1. Spin move, he tried through 2. And that is not going to work. Alex Bond gets up and makes the hit at the 30-yard line.
An important stop there by Alex Bond, and a very good play by BDG Hollywood. That could have been only probably a 2 or 3 yard gain, and he made it a 9 yard gain. Now with a 3rd and 5, again, if you want to, utilize Falco in a short pass, short pattern, or LB Allen, Butch Chisholm, you have the chances to do so with 3 very good receivers.
This will be a pump fake and a throw for Dunhill, and he's got the seam, has the catch to the 45-yard line, and that is a big completion.
What a catch by Peyton Chisholm right there, and on traffic, the fullback makes the big play, and this is something that, again, this is what great teams do is, obviously the defense has their key on Butch Chisholm, Falco, those guys, but, the fullback right there goes to the open field, runs downfield, gets the catch, and a big, big first down.
Look at him thundering downfield. That is fantastic with the fullback on a route like that. Offset I formation for Dunhill. Has the football. Block and release pattern. Looks like for Chisholm, he's going to go that way. Spin move, he tried, but he's going to get taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Dunhill also took a massive hit, and that is a 2nd and 12 upcoming.
Yeah, Dunhill took a big hit, but, still, even though he took the hit, a great job by the offense on giving it this much time. It was a good 4 or 5 seconds that he had to throw the ball, but Michael Sprouse and Alex Bond, those guys in the secondary, doing a tremendous job covering the receivers.
Big play on 2nd and 12. This will be a run to the outside on a quick little pass, and it'll get to the 48-yard line. 3rd and 8 upcoming, it looks like.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8, and this is where Kevin Bain and those guys are so dangerous because, this is obvious passing situation. So now they pin their ears back and they just go at it. They don't care of anything. I don't care about the run. They just go at it.
Dunhill to throw, plenty of time in the pocket. Throws on a nice out route. Looks like a long slant for, that is 84. And Dunhill has another completion, closing in on 200 through the air.
Wow, the poise by Marcus Dunhill to hit Javon Walker. I see you, Mark. I see you again. Great catch. Michael Sprouse, they're not there in time. And Atlanta just, now they get close to field goal range. Now they are really looking good to start the second half.
Swarm looking to take the lead back potentially as they are into Tallahassee territory at the 38-yard line. Under center. Quick drop back, almost no drop back to the outside. That's a catch and a run. That is going to be Siege Falco who gets the first down and is taken out of bounds inside the Tallahassee 25.
Beautiful play call right there by Atlanta. Now they're starting everybody in the entire length of the field. They go flat to BDG Hollywood. They go inside with a fullback. They go outside with Javon Walker. They go short outside to Falco. They're spreading everything out, and now Tallahassee doesn't know what to do.
And that's Hollywood with a run through the middle. Sneaks past 1 and almost 2. He gets a 9-yard completion. He's starting to heat up at the Tallahassee 16.
And this is something that VDG does very, very well. I was able to coach him in the Pro Bowl last season, in last season's Pro Bowl. And he is so deceptive because, again, he runs 0 to 100 so fast, but as well, when you put him between the tackles, he is so tough to bring down.
They put him between the tackles there, but that's a big hit by Kevin Bain to keep him away from the first down marker. It's 3rd and 1.
It's tough to bring down, but when you have number 95, Bain just destroying everything and everybody today, that kind of helps for Tallahassee. Kevin Bain at 6'5", 290 pounds, big guy. Really, really tough to stop.
My notes are correct here. This is Atlanta's first trip into the red zone tonight, and it's going to be a first down. The drive will extend as BDG hits a couple more yards, and it gives them a new set to work with at the 13-yard line.
A very good hit also right there by the corner Matthew Sprouse, the brother of Michael, at 6'4", 190 pounds. A tall corner, kind of like a press corner. Right there, very physical, stopping the running back.
Week 2 showdown on Rivalry Night turned out to be a good one. Hollywood through the middle. He's going to get a couple more. Plenty of time left in this third quarter of play. Eaton, the non-contract, is going to get him, and it'll be a 2nd and 8.
And Eaton last season as a non-contracted player had a very good season, and that's why they just brought him back for one more year, and just has been really, really good for Tallahassee stopping the run.
Secondary backing off a bit here. 3 on the bottom of your screen. Dunhill to throw to the outside. Did he stay in bounds? It looks like
he did. But he lost a couple yards, so Freeland was better off just dropping the football and just letting this a 3rd down and 7. But obviously when you're in the heat of the game and when you're so concentrated, it's difficult to make decisions in just 0.0001 seconds.
Gotta know where you're at on the field, though. That's the counteraction to that. Under center is Dunhill. 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. Could try to go to Chisholm here. Watch for that. Dunhill to throw outside. Has a catch and a return. Turn the corner, sir. That is an Atlanta Swarm touchdown.
And that's a great pattern there by Atlanta. It just triplets on the right. 2 of them go inside, and LB Allen goes alone to the outside, and it seemed to be like a man-to-man coverage. So the defensive backs get picked up each other, and that leaves the wide open space for LB Allen to get the score.
And that is going to be an extra point coming. The Swarm have taken the lead over the Pride after a long, methodical drive in the 3rd quarter of play. Low snap, but it was handled well. Kick is up, and it is through. Swarm have 14 points. The Pride have 10, but Christian Christensen's not done yet. He's going to get the football back. There's not a lot of quarterbacks better in this league than Christian Christensen when he's looking at the scoreboard and finding his team down a couple of scores. In this case, 1.
Yeah, and again, this was another guy that was able to coach last season in the Pro Bowl, and the leadership that he brings to the table and just the calmness. He's a very cool guy. It's really, really impressive. So that's why Tallahassee leads behind him. Like he's the leader, obviously, of this team.
Really good return out to the 32-yard line, as that will bring out the Tallahassee offense again as Swain gets the job done on special teams. Christensen back out on the field. Maybe give Enyola another couple of opportunities to run. Enyola's had a good day, 15 carries, 80 yards to this point. We'll see if that continues going into this drive. Under center. And the handoff to Enyola. He's going to get nowhere. We're going to take a quick break for a message from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter @SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Thank you to Andy Hamilton for that little reminder of our social media gatherings, as that is going to be a run to the right side that is going to go nowhere. A loss of 1, or a loss of a couple anyway, down to the 32.
And that's Darren Williams one more time, who has had, since the end of the 2nd quarter, has had a brilliant game, stopping the run, stopping passes. And quickly, thank you very much for all the viewers, 87 viewers right now. Thank you very much for all your support.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for stopping in and saying hello, and hopefully you're going to join us. We're putting on the screen for you. That's going to be a run or a pass over the middle. And it's a good one. Not very much to it. Stackhouse brings it in, but it's not enough for the 1st down, and the Pride are going to punt just after giving up the lead.
Well, at least he caught it this time. Stackhouse did. Unfortunately for them, he was well short of the 1st down, but still, there's a lot of time here, and you have a very good defense. So if you punt the ball, make a stop here, you should be fine. Now Marcus Dunhill, let's see what he can do now again with the lead.
2:17 left in the 3rd quarter. That's going to be a return back for Allen, and that's going to go nowhere as he gets out to the 27 and no farther. Marcus Dunhill back out on the field after giving his team the lead on the last drive. We'll see if he can follow up and make it a 2-score game. That's something the Pride do not want to happen. Look for the defense to be all over the place on this drive.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Vane has had a brilliant game, so let's see what he can do now. He has 3 sacks. I guess has a lot of tackles, so let's see what he can do from the pressure.
All right side, tipped and incomplete. That is a big-time play from a big-time player. Tanner Hendricks nearly brought that one down. Had an interception last week as well.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a very interesting secondary. They're very rangy. You know, the free safety is 6'3", Matthew Sprout 6'4", Michael is 6 flat. So pretty much nobody is under 6 foot here on the defense. And when you put the ball up, you know, they're able to go up and get it.
That's one that Tanner Hendricks definitely wants back. Dunhill's under center in the offset eye. Long drop back, plenty of time to throw. He's going to give it outside to Hollywood. Spin move past 1. Can't break 2. And he'll get out to the 32-yard line. 31 is where they'll mark him. It'll be 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Yeah, and Jeff Eaton is a very nice linebacker, but right there he got his you know, ankles broken on that one by BDG. But you know, it's 3rd and 7. If you're Tallahassee, you just have to go get the quarter.
Over the middle, and that is going to be caught. Split the seam and found his man. That's a 1st down, and Dunhill with the pocket presence gets it done on the 3rd down.
That's probably the best throw I've seen from Marcus Dunhill this game. Again, with the pocket presence, he doesn't panic, and he puts the ball right between 2 defenders. It's Sprouse and it's Alex Bond, 2 very good secondary players. Marcus Dunhill is over 100 rating points, 242 yards, and it's incredibly impressive what he's doing.
Boo Chisholm was the target on that, who brought it in. Good catch from him as well. Outside throw, that is going to be a catch. Not much to that one, but Chisholm's going to bring in one more. You mentioned he has over 100 rating. That's with an interception. He has been very, very efficient to this point.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't know if he's missed more than 5 passes this game.
He has. He's got 6 incompletions. He's 24 for 30 at this point.
And out of those 6 is 1 interception and like 3 drop passes.
Yeah, exactly. Something working for sure in Atlanta. That's going to be through the middle. 3rd and 1 upcoming as Hollywood gets to the 37-yard line.
Right now with 3rd and 1, you know, you're just outside field goal range. Even though you're in a dome and you're in your field, I think right now it's a little bit too far for a field goal. However, you know, they have the pieces to get the 1st down.
Hollywood runs to the outside on it. That's going to be a Dunhill throw, and I believe that went right through Chisholm's hands. Another drop for him, if I'm right. And that is 4th and 1. Big-time miss and a big-time punt upcoming. We'll see if they can pin the Pride down.
And that's an unfortunate missed opportunity right there because he had 2 guys streaking down the middle. It was, I think, Falco, if I saw correctly, and Butch Chisholm both had a chance, but unable Marcus Dunhill to put the ball right in their chest.
Under the last 20 seconds of the 3rd quarter, this is going to be a kick that's going to try to pin them down at the 5. The bounce is going to get it to the 1. Can they stop it? They cannot. And that will go into the end zone for a touchback. Still 14 on the clock. We'll see at least 1 or 2 plays from the Pride before we head to the break for the end of the 3rd. We'll see what they can do, as well, probably likely going to get Enyola involved a decent amount on this drive. At least I would hope so, because he's been pretty good.
Yeah, and this has been like a boxing match, you know, Curtis, because we've seen the big plays, you know, the haymakers, but we have also seen the runs, the sacks, you know, kind of like the slow pace type of thing. So, you know, this is what happens with 2 titans of the SFL.
Oh, and Yola, if he could break that one, he may have gone. What a tackle to keep him to a 9-yard gain. That was a big, big play defensively, but Enyola is able to get past. That's the end of the 3rd. Atlanta has a 14-10 lead on the defending Eastern Conference champions. It is the Swarm 14, Pride 10. This is the SFL on Twitch presented by APM Music. We'll be back for the start of the 4th after a couple messages from our sponsors.
APM Music is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com. and visit their all-new esports landing page to find the best highlight music, heroic action, and epic sounds to boost the quality of your esports stream just like us. Log on to forum.apmmusic.com/esports for more information. APM Music, production music library, and custom music house.
Here at MediaTek, our goal is to create a well-rounded media professional. MediaTek is a place where you can turn dreams into reality. Our comprehensive recording arts, digital film, animation, mobile apps, and web development courses are focused on being very hands-on. We are a career-focused school. Our instructors are not only great teachers, they are also working professionals with real-world experience. MediaTek, come see what your future holds.
The SFL on Twitch. This is Rivalry Night, and it's brought to you by APM Music, Show Business Studios, MediaTek Institute, Richards Printworks, and ScoreStream. Welcome back into Atlanta. Oh, SpyGoat as well. Sorry about that. Got to give those guys some love. Back in Atlanta, Georgia, the site of our Rivalry Night game. This is the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music, as we get started with the fourth quarter of play. If you guys are just joining us, where you been? It's been a good game so far, and Yola's wondering where you been as he gets a first down for his team. Curtis and Ramos Lynn with you, the SFL Season 9 champion, as the Pride looking to get back into this game. Ramos, does the game rest on Yola's shoulders as they've been using him, or does it fall on Christensen?
I think it has to be right now in Yola. Right now he has for 5 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a pop, so I think you have to carry right now on Eniola and gas this defense.
Over the middle, it's tipped in, nearly intercepted. That's a big play. Another one that bites the dust, as Mahmoud Ajlani. Haven't called his name much this game, but he made a big impact on that one.
Yeah, he did, and he's been kind of quiet this game, but right before we ended the third quarter, he had that tackle on Yaya Eniola. He was the one who was able to stop him in the open field. Otherwise, probably Yaya Eniola will be still running right now, but he in this past 3-4 plays has been very important for this Atlanta defense.
Mahmoud has been a very good veteran of this SFL. This will be a shotgun play for Christensen. Needs a good throw here. He's going to wing it left side. It's going to be a diving attempt. I believe that's Ken Gossett out there, but he could not bring it in. That's another man who's been very quiet for this Tallahassee offense.
He has, and it happened because, again, of Mahmoud Ajlani. He was able to jump like 10 feet in the air and just swipe it down. And, when you have a leader like Mahmoud Ajlani, he's not a rookie on this defense. He's been with Atlanta before. He moved to Vancouver. He's now back with the Swarm, and he knows what it is to play here in the ATL.
Talking about Ken Gossett for a second, he does have the one touchdown, but hasn't really had a lot of high-impact plays since. That's one over the middle, and it is a good one. Christensen is going to have another completion onto his repertoire, as Swain will bring it in.
Probably, it's difficult to say, but probably Swain is the best non-contracted player, or receiver at least, in the SFL, and Christensen just treats him like he is Ken Gossett or Duke Wilson, in the sense where it's just like, if he's open, I'm going to throw the ball to him and he's going to make a play.
Yeah, he's spreading the love around, no doubt about that. Christensen trying to spread the love over the middle. It's tipped, and oh, what a play! He caught it for an interception after a Plinko ball ends up 10 feet in the air.
That was such a wacky play. Like, 4 players had their mitts on it, and Darren Williams again, the non-contracted player. If he plays like this, Curtis, throughout the rest of the season, we might see him on a big contract next year.
There's no reason to think why not at this point. What a Plinko ball. I've never seen that.
It was such a wacky play, and for Atlanta, it's just a big break. You get the ball in good field position. Now you can give the ball to VDG Hollywood and put some power.
Run down the clock and run through some defenders is exactly what they're trying to do. They get 8 yards on that run as they are trying to tick down time in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was man-to-man defense, and when you have man-to-man defense, spread the defense open. You have like 4 wide receivers, and you just run the ball to the inside, and you have to trust your 5 offensive linemen to block their 4 defensive linemen and get some positive yardage. That's exactly what they did.
And that's 2 interceptions on the day, by the way, for Christensen. This will be a throw from Dunhill over the middle. That's a grab in between 3 Pride defenders. The secondary for Tallahassee is getting roasted by Marcus Dunhill at the moment.
And that was just a sip by Marcus Dunhill. Again, the timing and the pocket presence. Drop back, puts his foot down, puts his foot on front, and now he delivers a perfect strike. And again, there's a lot of zip, there's a lot of juice on that ball. And, you know, Butch Chisholm, a future Hall of Famer, gets the ball.
No doubt about that. But take a look, though, and this is very early in the season, but Marcus Dunhill and Butch Chisholm may be the best quarterback-wide receiver combo early this season 11. This will be BDG Hollywood, and he goes absolutely nowhere on the run. It'll be 2nd and 9 as they'll graciously give him a yard down to the Tallahassee 24.
Yeah, and Norwood has been also kind of quiet this game. Obviously, you kind of get quiet, you kind of pass under the radar when Kevin Bain gets like 10 billion sacks, but, you know, yeah, but, you know, I think he's been more like a run stopper. He's getting double teamed a lot and so on.
That's going to be the outside. They are going to call it a catch, albeit for 6 yards, and another one brought in for LB Allen.
And everybody's just getting the ball right now. Everybody's getting some love. BDG, Butch Chisholm, Falco, Allen, you know, Marcus Dunhill just spreading around the ball to anybody that is wide, that is open. And, you know, right now we are almost 8 minutes under now. So if Atlanta gets a touchdown here, it's going to be difficult for the Pride.
It's going to be difficult anyway, the way the Lynn's defense is playing. This is going to be a throw for Dunhill to the right, tipped, and nearly intercepted. That's not going to work. Another one that shuffled between a couple of sets of hands, and that is going to fall to the turf. 4th down. They are in field goal range, looking at a 34-yard attempt.
And that was almost caught again by Falco. If Falco catches that one, and yeah, you know, he had the space to probably get in the end zone if he catches that one.
One of these teams going to go to 2-1. The other one going to go to 1-2. I'm sorry, I can't read. One of these teams goes 2-0. The other one goes 1-1. The Swarm trying to make an absolute statement by beating the defending Eastern Conference champions. That field goal is up and through after 33 yards has come and gone. Don't look now. It's a 1-touchdown game, 17-10, but that is a moral victory, at least for the Pride, as they hold them to 3.
Yeah, I completely agree. And what Tallahassee did last week against Indy was coming from behind. They were behind to the Indianapolis Red Devils, and they were able to come back and win the game. And thank you to Mark Chisholm here in the chat. That was Allen III. If Allen III catches that ball, he gets in the end zone, and that will be one of the craziest plays we've seen.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. We've already seen one crazy play tonight of the interception. This will be a run back for Swain. He's got some room to run to the 30. And he will go nowhere past that. Christensen back out on the field trying to redeem himself after the interception. His team's only done a touchdown. This will be a perfect time for him to get it back. Impact player for this drive, Ramos.
I think it has to be here Duke Wilson, because, you know, he's been a guy who has been kind of quiet, but the catches that he's made are big-time catches, like 30-yard post routes. So I think it has to be Duke Wilson, number 14.
Christensen looking over the middle. He was looking for, I believe that is Gossett. And Gossett had to put a cape on to try to fly to get that one. Couldn't do it. And it is 2nd and 10.
That was textbook coverage right there, though, by Pat Ketsa, the number 23, who was burnt earlier today on a score. And my bad, it was not Pat Ketsa. I think it was Mahmoud Ashlauni, the safety right there on the coverage, who was just right with him.
Shout out to everybody in chat making this a memorable Rivalry Night game. You got Dags, who gave me a shout out just a minute ago. You got True Shot Caller in there. C. Pundy, I've seen you in there as well. Whole bunch of representatives from both teams, and love to see that on a Sunday evening. That's a big play from Aquantis. Shiny nearly brought that in for an interception. It'll be a 3rd and 10 coming.
Yeah, and you know, it's just strange to see it right now. Christensen kind of, you know, kind of iffy, to be honest with you. I think Marcus Dunhill has played a better game than him. You know, Christensen has played a good game, but I think Marcus Dunhill has outplayed him.
This is Christensen, long over the middle, tipped, and that was a great reflective tip. And wow, Pat Ketsa got up just in time to take that one away.
Wow. You know, and I'm kind of surprised right here by the approach of the Tallahassee Pride, because, you know, you still have about 8 minutes left and so, and Yaya and Yola has been kind of your workhorse and has been pretty good, at least on 1st down. I know I said Duke Wilson that it had to be the main guy, but probably give the ball to Yaya and Yola on 1st down. and settle down. Now you give the ball back to Atlanta and have to put your defense in game on the field.
And kick is on the way. That's a good one. Get it over the 40s to the 35. That's a ball's on the ground. Who has it? It is going to be, I believe, Atlanta's football.
Yep.
It is indeed. Oh, man, that was nearly disaster.
Wow, that is incredible. And Sean McGee, the strong safety, the backup at 5'10", 195 pounds. Again, what a lucky break by Atlanta. For the second time this game, they are able to recover a fumble on first bounce.
That's intense. 3 in the bottom, 1 in the top for Dunhill. Dunhill looks to throw. Throws on the run to the left, and that was nearly a problem. Should have been picked off and probably run the other way, and that is the backup corner, I do believe, Owens.
Yeah, that's backup Owens, and this is where you see the rookie aspect of a quarterback, Marcus Dunhill. You know, he didn't have to force that one. You know, a sack is better than interception. You know, luckily for him, it wasn't picked. But you know, that was very, very risky for the Swarm quarterback.
Atlanta faithful holding their breath on that particular play because that was just about to run back. Offset eye for Dunhill. Quick run or quick throw to the outside for Hollywood. He's got some room to run. Was able to turn the corner and get a few back as it will go into a 3rd and 4 situation. This becomes a massive 3rd down defensively for the Pride.
And that could have been also very dangerous right there, Curtis, because I think the pass was actually backwards. I think it went backward like 2 yards. So if BDG doesn't catch that football, it's a fumble, and you know Tallahassee has a chance to recover.
And Hollywood has the ball on 3rd down. He's got a 1st down. That's a massive play for Atlanta and a huge deflating feeling for the Pride as they let up the 1st down.
And what a play, because you know that was a 3rd and 4, and for a guy that is averaging just about 3 yards a carry today is very. Oh, look at that block. Number 68. Hold on. Number 68, who is Sam Armand, just destroyed the linebacker right
there. Block so good, you gotta say his name. Offset I formation for Dunhill. Quick drop, and he gets dropped, and while he does get the ball away, that could have been a big problem. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Yeah, and again, you know, putting the pressure here, the Tallahassee Pride defensive line, and you know, if you're Atlanta right now, 6:26, probably you want to give the ball right now to BDG Hollywood a little bit. Marcus Dunhill has been playing pretty good. However, he has gotten hit a lot. So, you know, if you give the ball right now to your running back, try to get some yards, try to put in some clock down.
Oh, and Dunhill throws a duck, but it was very fortunate that his offensive wide receiver was there. That is a huge, huge play that could have gone very backwards.
Yeah, and you know the backups. You know we've seen Swain with Tallahassee get some very, very good plays. Javon Walker today, number 84, has been very clutch for the Atlanta Storm as well.
5 yards to get for a 1st down. Dunhill moves up in the pocket, throws, picked off, and he may have some room to run. Oh my! The Pride have brought it back. Tanner Hendricks hits the pay dirt, and the Pride have tied the game.
Wow, Tanner Hendricks getting the paint, and if your offense cannot, you know, why not on defense? Right now, right there on the out route, and he was just playing that flat. And when you get the interception like this and you have that speed, it's impossible for Atlanta player to catch him from behind.
They are 1 extra point away from tying the ball game. Should this go through, we are going to have an even played game with 5 minutes left in the game. Tanner Hendricks has brought this back to even when his team needed it the most. 1 interception in week 1, 1 interception in week 2. It does not get bigger in the early season as that interception right there. Douglas will tack on the extra point, and now it's going to be Atlanta getting the ball back. How do you recover from that? Tanner Hendricks read that route the entire way and just stepped in front of Marcus Dunhill. As a rookie, how hard is that to come back from?
I think it's hard. You know, there are some quarterbacks. You know, we've seen some quarterbacks that just, you know, put their head down and just they have it. And I think Marcus Dunhill has it. So I think he will bounce back from this. He still has about 6 minutes to put in a drive here. And what a game we're having here, Curtis. I think this is the perfect game to kick off the season for us.
Yeah, well, perfect game to kick off Rivalry Night as well. This has been a very, very good game to call, and we are not done anywhere near yet. It looks like these two teams are going to go down to the final minutes. But how big is that possession? I'll bring you back to the start of the fourth quarter. The Swarm are in Tallahassee territory. Tallahassee holds them to 3 points. That becomes a monstrous possession. Hollywood has some room to run. He will get 5. Because if they get a touchdown there, then Tallahassee just brought it back to within 4, but that's it.
Yeah, that's it. And again, Atlanta will get the ball. So, yeah, that was tremendous, Curtis, for Tallahassee to be able to stop them on that 3rd and short, like 3rd and 2. That was tremendous for them to just limit the damage to a field goal. And now they were able to tie the game at 17 points.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Dunhill looking to make a play here. He's got to get something going. To the right, it's BDG Hollywood. Put it in the veteran's hands. He will go absolutely nowhere. Gets taken down at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, that was Alex Bond right there on the tackle, the safety, Johnny on the spot. And, BDG right now looks a little bit gassed. And, I understand, you just got pick 6. You have to come back right into the field. And you just got the ball 2 times. You have to be gassed.
A couple of interceptions each way. 1 for 2 for Tallahassee, 2 for Atlanta. That's a ball over the middle. That was a duck as well. And they are going to give him the first down. What kind of spot is that? That may have a red flag thrown at it.
Yeah, that has to be a red flag. That has to be a red flag. There's no way that's a first down. Ooh.
Got to be a flag. It is. Okay, Tallahassee is challenging the spot of the ball, which is exactly what we thought was going to happen. We'll see what Stripes has to say about it. We'll see how close he was to the marker. I believe they will put the marker on screen. They will. He's got the ball.
I don't think
it's
close, Curtis. I really don't think it's close. He's shy of that first down.
Yeah, it's easy, at least 6 inches, maybe a foot short of that first down marker. We'll see what Stripes has to say to confirm it.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The Pride will not be charged.
So Tallahassee not charged a timeout. We'll see where they put the ball. That's the important part. It is indeed going to be a 4th and inches, and that changes things just a bit. As Tallahassee now, or actually Atlanta now has a decision to make. Do they punt it? Looks like they will. And they will give the football back to Tallahassee now in a tie game situation.
Yeah, and this is a good call here for Atlanta. You have to punt the ball because if you do not convert, you're giving the Tallahassee Pride 3 points in the game.
Yeah, that's very true. Have to get them as far away from the end zone as possible, and that is going to be a return that does not go far. Christensen back out on the field at the 28-yard line. This could be the game-winning drive if they're able to get points. This is where there's no reason to believe that he's not capable of doing it based on past experiences. Christian Christensen has the game on his shoulders.
He definitely does, and he's done it time and time again last season. And he's one of the best.
Yeah, Ken Gossett going to start off the drive with a catch over the middle. He's got it past the 38 to the 39-yard line, and it is 1st and 10.
Yeah, a very good play to start this drive on a slant route. Good protection by the offensive line, and nobody in the middle to cover Kenny G. And he gets an easy first down.
He actually got to the 40. Gossett is going to be back out on the top of your screen. Swain at the bottom of your screen. Somewhere in the middle is Duke Wilson. That's going to be over the middle. It was nearly picked off. That was dangerous, but they lived to tell about it. And that is a 2nd and 5 upcoming as Duke Wilson, we called his name just a second ago, he makes the play.
Yeah, and on a 5-yard gain, and this is what Christian Christensen and this type of quarterbacks, we've seen it, from Matt Wilson, and we've seen it from other quarterbacks. They're very good, but they actually play with fire, and sometimes it gets carried for their fan base.
Just over 3 minutes left. Christensen to the right side. That's caught to the outside. Duke Wilson again going to get outside and out of bounds to stop the clock. And that is in Atlanta territory at the 44.
That's a beautiful route by Duke Wilson. I'm not sure if we're gonna get a replay. We are not, but that was an out route, and you know he got in front of the defensive back. He kind of like did a fake inside move. He went to the outside, and the corner was nowhere to be seen.
Under center is Christensen. That is Ignola in the backfield. Plenty in the secondary for Atlanta. See if they send some extra help. Not likely the way things are going. They send 4. Christensen to throw to the outside. That's caught. Duke Wilson, third catch in as many tries. He gets a 2-yard completion. They'll call it 3, not much to it, but it keeps the drive going.
And again, playing with fire because the defense was right there. Darren Williams, number 25, who we've called his name a lot tonight, was right there in coverage, but that's a beautiful throw by Christensen. And slowly but surely, they're getting close to field goal range, maybe about 10 more yards for field goal range.
Just on the outside of Douglas's range. Need one more good-sized completion to make that happen. Christensen in split back. He's going to move up in the pocket. Moves around. Throws off his back foot. And that is going to be dropped by Ken Gossett coming down from the top of your screen. Williams, who has been the star for the Atlanta defense, is not able to bring it in.
Wow. It looks like we have like 4 Darren Williams on the field. You know, he's covering plays on the right, on the left. Everybody is getting covered by number 25 tonight. And now on a 3rd and 7, this is very important for the Swarm. You know, 4 wide receivers here for the Pride. Let's see if they can get some pressure on Christensen.
In the gun is Christensen. Needs a big completion. 3rd and 7. That's a catch, and it is not going to go anywhere. The tight end Stackhouse is who brought it in, but he does not get the first down, and Tallahassee will have to punt it away.
Wow, and Stackhouse again, you know, the tight end. That's a good catch, however, more of the sticks. And let's see what Tallahassee does. I mean, 36, you're kind of short for a punt, and they're going to go for it either way. I mean, you have to, but, you know, it's a tough decision. Too long for a field goal again, too short for a punt. 4th and 2 is kind of risky for, you know, to go for it.
No, if the worst comes to worst, they just try to pin the Swarm back in their own end. Now the Swarm will pin, or the Pride will pin their ears back, try to make sure the Swarm can't get to the football. Down to the 9-yard line. It will drop there and get knocked down. Start them at the 8-yard line, and that's where Marcus Dunhill will have to start this drive with just over 3 minutes left in this football game. 2 minutes left.
Yeah, now it's the opportunity for Marcus Dunhill to become kind of like Joe Montana and Super 23, kind of like doing the 92-yard drive. Or, you know, look out for Kevin Bain, because if Marcus Dunhill drops back to throw and Kevin Bain gets the sack, that's probably a safety.
Yeah, that's true too. That's going to be one of the outside for BDG Hollywood. Tries to spin out, but he's going to lose yardage. Bring him back to the 5-yard line. They're moving in the wrong direction. This is a huge 2nd down. And that is actually going to take us to the 2-minute warning, so they'll calm down in a second. 2 minutes to go in a tie ball game in regulation. It's 17-17. This is Rivalry Night on the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Take a look.
Very important right there. Curtis. Very important right there for Atlanta that the 2-minute warning came in, because on a no huddle, it's kind of.
Oh, it's picked off! It's caught! Back to the 10, the 5, he's in! To the house, the Pride have a touchdown! Michael Sprouse!
Unbelievable.
Oh my! They're partying in Tallahassee right now. Atlanta's fans are starting to head for the doors. Oh, man, what a mistake. And Tallahassee's defense has come to play this game.
They really, really have. And, you know, Tallahassee has to thank that defense and that secondary. Obviously, Kevin Bain has been outstanding. Yaya and Yola has been outstanding. But this secondary, able to get 2 pick sixes, you know, 14 out of the 24 points that you will have came from your defense. So that's just an incredible help to have.
That's incredible. Tallahassee's going to put the points on the board to make it a 24-17 game, and Atlanta is in some dire straits right now. The Pride had to come back from a score down to tie this game up, and their defense has been the difference in the second half. Tanner Hendricks for 1 pick six in the second half, and then Michael Sprouse with the other. And that is if Tallahassee's defense is going to play like that every week, while they still have the weapons they have on offense, look out Southern Conference, because it's going to be a long season for you.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a run back to the 32-yard line, and Marcus Dunhill is going to have to try to make some magic happen to tie this football game up, but it is not going to be easy against with the way this Pride defense is playing.
Yeah, definitely. And last season, Tallahassee, again, obviously, season 10 Tallahassee Pride, one of the best teams we've ever seen in SFL history, and obviously not taking anything away from them. But, the reason that you can argue they did not win the championship is because they did not have that second corner, and Alaska really beat them really bad against that second corner, but now they have it.
Dunhill puts himself in a non-advantageous position. Boo Chisholm was the intended target. They'll say that at least. 24-17 after the big hit to make it a 2nd and 10.
Yeah. And needless to say, this is not over yet again for Marcus Dunhill. Yes, you've gotten like 2 pick sixes. That's gonna happen. You're a rookie quarterback, but you're at home. 1 minute and 45, 3 timeouts. You have 3 very good receivers, so you just have to put your head down and keep playing. Gotta focus.
And Dunhill's gonna focus his eyes on the left-hand side here. It's gonna be a catch for Boo Chisholm. It will be a 4-yard completion, 3rd and 6. And needless to say, this becomes the biggest 3rd down of this game for either side.
Definitely, and again, this is where, if I'm Atlanta, because this is just a 3rd and short, I'm probably putting in a fullback or a tight end on the right side just to block Kevin Bain and give Marcus Dunhill an extra second to get rid of the football and get a 1st down.
And this will be a big moment. Long drop back, throw to the left side. It's an out route trying to get to the stick. And it looks like Boo Chisholm has made it a 4th and 1. Interesting spot, because it looked to me with the naked eye that he had a 1st down. We'll see if the booth initiates a review here.
It's a very tough call here, right here, Curtis, because we did not have a good angle on it. But I think it might be a 4th and short. Now, obviously, needless to say, this is the ball game.
Yeah.
And I think you can surprise, because you have 3 timeouts, you can give the ball to BDG here, up the gut.
Well, I mean, if they have to get the 1st down, though, and then Marcus Dunhill's going to throw to the outside. It's picked off! 5 picks in this game. Michael Sprouse has another one, and that is likely going to seal things in Atlanta. Marcus Dunhill is kicking himself. What a first half he had, but it was a very Jekyll and Hyde game for him to this point.
Yeah, and I think that the wide receiver right there, I think it was just on Marcus Dunhill. I think he just panicked and threw the ball a little bit too quickly. This is, surprisingly, this is not the ball game yet. You have 3 timeouts. If you can stop the Tallahassee Pride from getting a 1st down, they are not in field goal range. So you can force still a punt and probably get the ball with a minute left or so.
They need to play it smart. And you know where the ball's going. It's Daniel. He's going to have a 1st down if he hurries, and he will! And that's a big 1st down to get. He is in field goal range now, and not to say it's over, but it's close.
It's really, really close, and I think it just might be, Curtis, because, with a 1st down, now 125, if you do the math, even if you stop him, probably you will have about 10 seconds left, and Tallahassee is just on the brink of field goal range again. So this is a very tough situation here for Atlanta. You have to tackle him behind the line of scrimmage right now. Under center, defensive line moving around. You know where the ball's going. The whole building knows the ball's going to Jay. That is going to be through the middle, and that is a timeout called by Atlanta. He gets a couple of yards. We are just outside of a minute left in this football game. Yeah. Now this is, you say this is not over yet. If they make a stop here, Tallahassee would kick a field goal. And let's remember, they do not have a star kicker. They don't have a contract kicker. Right. They have a kicker that just came in from the practice squad. So this is not much sure bet. And that is indeed a rush through the middle that does not get where it needs to go. It is going to be 3rd down. The clock has stopped, so they can kill as much time as they want after this play if they do decide to kick it. Might leave them with very little time left, about 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe. Approximately, yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here.
And Yola can end the ball game if he does get the ball. So can Christian Christensen if he decides to throw it. It will be a run for Eniola. He's got the first down and more. Down to the 10, the 5, to the house. Jay Eniola, just because he can, is going to make it a 31-17 game after the extra point.
Yeah, Jay Eniola just right out making a statement. It's like, I just don't need to stand. I'm going to take it all the score just because. And, you know, and the score here, Curtis, it's kind of deceiving because 31-17. It's kind of like, yeah, Tallahassee kind of dominated, but it really didn't.
No,
it wasn't like that. And this was a fantastic ball game. Congratulations here to the Tallahassee Pride. And if you're Atlanta, you have to be proud of a lot of things. Yeah. You have to be proud of how your quarterback played in the first half. Yeah, in the second half, you know, the 2 interceptions is going to happen. But you have to be proud of your secondary. You have to be proud of how Quanishine was able to, for a good part of the game, stop Yaya and Yola. So Atlanta still is a very, very good football team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But the Southern Conference is in for a show if Tallahassee can continue to do this.
Yeah.
But the defense came out and played very, very well. And for once on Tallahassee's side, it wasn't all the defensive line, which got a lot of support last season. It was the secondary who really stepped up and made some monster plays. As to be seen with Tanner Hendricks and Michael Sprouse really carrying the load for them. Atlanta's got the ball, but you're right. The Swarm did not play a bad game. They have a lot of things to look at in this cut. They really just need to look at the last, say, 6 minutes of the fourth quarter and think, you know, what the heck happened and try to learn from it.
Yeah, you know, if, you know, this is stuff that Marcus Dunhill will learn from. If he, you know, without those 2 pick sixes, this still 17-17, Kurt. So,
yes,
you know, it's stuff that you can fix.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a run to the outside on the short pass. Penalty on the play. We'll see what Stripes has to say about it. Hollywood, for the moment, has a 7-yard gain.
Holding, number 68, offense.
So the offensive holding is going to bring that penalty, bring that ball back to where they started and 5 yards shy of that. So this is Atlanta's going to be fine. I think Marcus Dunhill, as he develops, is going to be a very, very good quarterback. He's certainly got the pocket presence. When things are going right, they're going very right for this team.
He sure does.
But things started to snowball, and it started to snowball very quickly.
Yeah, he sure does. And, you know, and for you, if you're an Atlanta fan or player, you have to be really, you know, positive about this because Marcus Dunhill will not do anything but progress from here on out.
Right. No doubt about that. That ball's going to be tipped and incomplete. Michael Sprouse, again, one of the defensive playmakers on this roster who's shown up today. He bats down another ball. And this has been a lot of fun. What a first game for Rivalry Night for you and I. And it's been a heck of a ball game. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I believe over 100 in the room watching this ball game unfold, and it was very competitive up until the last couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. A lot of fun. Atlanta's going to take it down to the bitter end. Uh-oh. Oh, tipped in. That is incomplete. With 15.
Again.
Yeah, was that him again?
Yeah, it was Sprouse again, number 25.
Yep.
Alex Bond, and you know it's you know, the VTAC voice all over again, or the Montero voice all over again. You know, those brothers playing in the secondary. It has panned out for SFL teams very well in the past.
Well, yeah, I mean, you talk about the VTAC brothers. They were the shining stars of the Indianapolis secondary a season ago. Steve and Michael VTAC.
Sure.
They're fun to watch. And it looks like the Sprouse brothers are going to be more of the same for Tallahassee, as Blue Chisholm is the intended target, but has to go into the first row to get it.
Yeah, with 4th and 10, you know, 46 seconds left. Obviously, you don't quit at any point. But honestly, if I'm Atlanta, just punting this ball away and just, you know, call it a day. Honestly. Yeah,
you can punt the ball away. The reason I would say punt the ball away is just because you don't want to risk any injury. And I guess
exactly.
In this game, it really doesn't matter much. But that's the thought process. That ball's going to be to the outside and caught, and that is Siege Falco. That will pad the stats a little bit, but they are still well out of it at this point. And
yeah, and actually, it was ruled incomplete. Yeah, it was actually ruled incomplete. However, well, they're gonna review it for no reason, just because of stats.
They're gonna review it for the stats.
Yeah, because R62 plays fantasy football, so he had foul going team.
Right.
So
you gotta be.
Yeah.
I like it. Looking ahead to see what's going on with these two teams later in the season. I'm going to take a look at some of the schedule. Is one thing I did not take a look at. I want to see when these two teams will hook up again, and that is they did indeed, you believe, call it incomplete.
Right.
Yes, they did. Christensen back out on the field. These two teams hook up again.
I think late this season, like the second to last week or something like that.
They hook up on the 7th of September.
Okay.
That is going to be week number 9. Week number 9 is when these two hook up again in Tallahassee. So Atlanta will be looking to have some revenge going into that game as they try to go into Tallahassee and beat them on their own turf.
Yeah. You know, which is going to be difficult. You know, Tallahassee at home is just so difficult to beat.
Yep.
We've been unfortunate to face them in Tallahassee in the past. and they are just relentless at home.
A lot of fun. One last timeout called for some reason.
Hey.
3 seconds left. Probably could have let it run down. It wouldn't have been a big deal, but they'll go ahead and take the timeout. 3 seconds left. So you take a look there at Frank Gooden, owner and coach of the Tallahassee Pride. Gotta be proud of how his boys played in the second half, especially his defense. Christian Christensen's gonna be buying them dinner. You know that as well as I do.
Yeah.
And last snap of the football is gonna seal things here in Atlanta. The ATL has been a very, very good host of our exploits here from the Simulation Football League. That is going to do it from Atlanta. The Swarm go down in a heap in the fourth quarter to the Pride, 31-17. That is going to end things here. Ramos, any last thoughts before we get out?
No, I think, as you say, Kurt, Tallahassee is in for another brilliant season. They're 2-0 again, coming back twice so far in weeks 1 and 2. They have to come back against Indy, coming back against Atlanta as well. You know, they were losing at one point by 17-10, and they then scored 21 unanswered to win this ball game. So, you know, Tallahassee, that's what they do. That's what they've done since season 5. And you know, Atlanta again, everything is up from here again. You know, Marcus Dunhill will progress. The defense will get better with time. So I think they're going to be a very good football team for the rest of the season as well.
A lot of fun to be had. This 14 of those 21 points, of course, on those 2 pick sixes that were talked about earlier. So that is going to do it here from Atlanta. For Ramos, Lynn, Andy Hamilton, and the rest of our SFL crew, this is Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from the ATL. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Fan Night game. That is going to be a good one in Queen City. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. For more information, head over to the website. That's simulationfl.net. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button if you so choose to. For everybody here, good night. We will see you tomorrow night here on this same channel.
Adios.